Hello, my name is Erica Munch, and my article was titled Three Popular Psychology Studies That Didn't Hold Up. What my article did was it touched on three separate psychology studies that happened mostly in 2008, but what they did was they went back, they retested these articles, or these studies rather, and they discovered that the results that were found back in 2008 don't necessarily hold up today. So my article was written. My article. It was written by Benedict Carey and Michael Roston. It was published on October 18th, 2015, and the purpose of the article was primarily to go back, touch on just a couple of the article or the studies that were done back in 2008, and just to sort of see how well they held up to today's standards. What they did find was that there were a couple of studies that they did that weren't quite it. They went through and talked about three studies. Those studies were free will and cheating, cleanliness and morality, and loneliness and inanimate objects. And the authors of this article made a point to make sure that not only did they say what these studies were that were being disproven nowadays, but perhaps why the studies were disproven in our current day. And what I learned from this article is that a couple of these articles a couple of studies that were done might have actually been disproven because of the location that the test subjects were from. In one of the articles, for example, the test subjects were from the United Kingdom, and they might have a sort of different moral set, a different values than the test subjects in the United States. So perhaps the reason that the results for the second article were different the second time around doing the study was based on the location of the test subjects. If I could continue research on this topic, I would perhaps expand to many different cultures, perhaps even many different age groups, and see that even different age groups and different cultures, there might be similar results, but I do believe that the ultimate answer is going to be a little bit different amongst different cultures, ethnicities, even time periods in people's lives. And the reason I chose this article for this course is, though yes, it is about how the brain functions and how the brain works, a large part of the brain that's still sort of being worked on and discovered is emotions and behavior, and how the brain affects behavior, and how different parts of the brain affect different parts of behavior. And this article touched on three different studies that did have to do with behavior. In fact, the first study had to do with morals. It had to do with free will and the decision to cheat. However, I feel the second article, although it is titled Cleanliness and Morals, I feel that has more to do with judgment, because it has to do with how people will judge other people. And then, of course, the last one has to do, is very strongly with emotions. It is loneliness. So I believe that each article had to deal with emotion on a very strong level, and each of these emotions, of course, are a large influence on behavior, which is simply how the brain works.